A Danville woman missing since last week is found dead in Lincoln County. Some people in Lexington woke up to quite a shock after a car crashed into a home overnight. And families were out at Masterson Station today to learn more about fire safety.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for watching WKYT. I'm Sean Moody. Police have now identified the woman found dead in Lincoln County yesterday. A deputy coroner with the Lincoln County Coroner's Office confirmed that woman was 22-year-old Desiree Sparks from Danville. She had been missing since last week. Caitlin Sentner has the latest on the investigation in our top story at 6.
It's been a long few days for friends and family of Desiree Sparks. The 22-year-old went missing earlier this week, and today the coroner confirmed what no one wanted to be true.
It's tragic, and we hate that it turned out this way.
Sparks went missing Tuesday of this last week. Kentucky State Police said she'd last been seen in the afternoon leaving Citation Drive with an unknown male driving a dark-colored SUV. Days later, a woman's body was found in Lincoln County near Skyline Drive. It was found by a man riding a four-wheeler along with several others participating in a charity event. The man said when he found the woman, she wasn't wearing any clothing and had something tied around her neck. Sadly, the coroner confirms today the woman found in Lincoln County is Desiree Sparks.
This morning, the autopsy was performed, and the state medical examiner positively identified the female as Desiree Sparks, the missing female out of Danville from last week.
Kentucky State Police is still investigating. In Richmond, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
The coroner has not yet released the cause of death. A Lexington man is facing charges following a crash last night. Police arrested Brandon Roberts last night on Paris Pike. An off-duty Lexington police officer said he spotted Roberts and another man right in the middle of a burglary. He says when he approached, police say the two men drove off before eventually getting into a vehicle on Paris Pike, before crashing into a vehicle, rather, on Paris Pike. In this video that one of our photographers was nearby for last night, Roberts was apprehended by officers following another chase on foot. They're still searching for a second suspect. Lexington police say they're still looking for any information at all in the death of an 18-year-old at a party early Saturday morning. Police say Nathaniel McNeely was shot and killed at a home on Unity Drive. They say they still don't really have any kind of a description of the suspect, and they're asking anyone with information to please come forward. Better weather is making its way here into the Bluegrass. Let's check in now with WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell. He has an early look at our forecast.
And it is looking a whole lot better compared to where we have been this past week. The daily threat of showers, the dreary conditions, all of that going away. But if you look outside, you'll be like, wait a minute, Caldwell, there's some rain in the area. And there are a few showers still holding on across parts of central Kentucky. And you can see one off in the distance here that's been making its way through Fayette County and it now continues to work off toward the south. It's 70 degrees here in Lexington. Winds are calm, but kind of getting up to maybe 1-2 miles per hour from time to time, just enough to give us an indication they're coming out of the southwest. There you see the rain we were tracking there on the sky cam a moment ago. Most of it now over into Jessamine County, but we still have that out there and a good little heavier downpour. Looks like also associated with it. No lightning anywhere in any of these. Keep that in mind. Showers stretch out along Bluegrass Parkway as well. You can see them going all the way out to our west. Out to our east we go into Mount Sterling with some lighter rain with another little heavier round set to move into the area here shortly. And then area wide, we're tracking some more hit and miss type activity to our south and east. But once we wrap these shower chances up here tonight, things are looking a whole lot better for us. How about normal? Normal is something we haven't seen a lot of here recently, and normal's not necessarily a bad thing. Low to mid 70s expected for many days this week, maybe even close to 80. I'll break it all down coming up for you in just a few minutes, and that's 7-day forecast.
Thanks, Jim. We will look forward to some 70s. It was quite a wake-up call for one neighborhood in Lexington this morning. It happened just after 5 a.m. on Winthrop Drive. It's off Nicholasville Road. Police say a car took down a tree before slamming into a garage. WKYT's Lauren Miner has the story.
Neighbors living off Winthrop Drive received quite the wake-up call earlier this morning.
My wife woke up and woke me up and said that She'd obviously heard what could have been a crash, and we came downstairs and I peeked out and I saw the tree gone.
Neighbors soon learned that a car had crashed into a home just a few doors down.
Peeked around and saw a car flipped on its side inside my neighbor's garage.
One neighbor told me he was on his way home from work and about to turn onto his street when he noticed the car.
Heard screeching tires. We looked up the road, saw the car coming around the curve at a pretty high rate of speed. He skid, lost control, overcorrected, hit the curb, and just started rolling into the house. A buddy of mine grabbed the one guy who was still in the seatbelt, and the other guy that was already on his way out the car, so I just pretty much kind of helped him up off the ground, walked him over to the curb and made him sit down, called 911. They were pretty shaken up. Like the one kid, he was on the verge of crying. You know, I could tell they was young.
Police say no one was injured in the crash. The family living in the home say they were gone during that time and didn't learn about the crash until a few hours later. Reporting in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Police have not yet told us if anyone has been charged in that crash. A woman in Whitley County is in jail after police said they had to chase her. 25-year-old Tabitha Harmon of Corbin faces several charges, including trafficking and resisting arrest. Police said they were called to a home on Maple Creek Road for a trespassing call. They say a deputy found Harmon inside, who they say first gave them a fake name, then ran off. They say that deputy chased Harmon through a briar thicket and arrested her. We're told Harmon had 3 outstanding warrants. A man in Warren County is facing charges for driving under the influence after police say he crashed his car. This happened yesterday on Morgantown Road in Bowling Green. Deputies say 56-year-old Perry Pitcock traveled off the road and down into a ditch, causing his truck to flip over. They say Pitcock was under the influence of alcohol at the time of the crash. He was taken to the medical center there for non-life-threatening injuries. He was then arrested and charged with DUI. Governor Matt Bevin has appointed a new leader for the agency that regulates Kentucky's alcohol industry. Christy Trout will be the first woman to become commissioner for Kentucky's Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control. Trout replaces former Commissioner Stephen Edwards. Bevin fired Edwards after 5 months on the job, saying he had, quote, lost confidence in his ability to lead the agency. Trout was a special assistant at the agency, and she's the former chief of staff for the personnel cabinet. Kentucky State Police are investigating a fire in Perry County. It happened right around 3:30 this morning at a building that holds the post office and a convenience store. It's along Highway 451. State Police arson investigators are trying to use video surveillance to figure out the cause of that fire. They believe the fire may have started on the porch. They don't believe there was any foul play. There were no injuries, and they believe that building can be repaired. It was a day of fun and safety. The Lexington Fire Department held their annual Fire Prevention Festival today. Now, this event is usually held outside the courthouse downtown. But as WKYT's Sabira Rayford explains, the Lexington Fire Department wanted to make some big changes this year.
The Lexington Fire Department says this year their goal was to make their Fire Prevention Day bigger and better, and they've done just that by taking over Masterson Station Park.
It's the best day ever.
Kids got a lesson on safety while getting to dress up and play with the people that help keep them safe.
I thought it was just awesome, something that our kids could see and understand what these people are out here actually fighting for and doing for us, because right now the world is a scary place, and our kids need to understand that people are out there helping.
Rakanya Downing says she heard about the Fire Prevention Day last minute and knew it was something she wanted her kids to see.
We see them always working hard and trying to help, but also at the same time our kids need to know that they're here to have fun. They have families, they have lives just like we do.
The festival had fire truck rides, safety demonstrations, and tons of activities to keep kids busy and happy.
It's so fun.
Lexington Fire says they are happy with this year's turnout. They say they will continue to try and grow the event every year. In Lexington, Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
This was the fire department's first year holding that festival there at Masterson Station Park. Still ahead here on WKYT News, registration is open for Memorial 5K in honor of a fallen Richmond police officer.
And hello to you. I'm meteorologist Jim Caldwell, and we are tracking a very different forecast coming at us over the next few days here. Daytime highs are going to be very pleasant, around average, and we're going to get rid of the cloud cover. Not today, though. We still have the clouds out there across most of Kentucky. You can see Lexington, London, Moorhead, Frankfort, all with the cloud cover. And even a few showers have been passing through these areas as well over the past few hours. That should be the last little bit of rain directly associated with the area of low pressure that we have to deal with. The low, by the way, that got here on Tuesday evening and into Wednesday. That's when it really started impacting our weather. It's just now finally leaving, but you can still see the remnants of it out there right now with those showers. 71 in Frankfort, 68 Mount Sterling, Moorhead, 68 in London. We're going to blow those temperatures away tomorrow. We're going to get into the low and mid-70s, it looks like. Still tracking a little bit of rain into parts of Jessamine County, southern Fayette County, out along Bluegrass Parkway. You get out toward the east, and we find a little more rain showing up north of Winchester, so we'll have a little heavier pocket come through your neighborhood very soon. Mount Sterling, the same way. They had a decent little shower kind of blow up and move on. The low I was mentioning, oh, it's still around. You see it up there still spinning just as pretty as it has for the past few days. But it has moved considerably because it was right on top of us for days. Now it's up here and gets caught in the flow in the atmosphere, and the flow, the jet stream, will take it right on out of here. So we're tracking it at least today, but it shouldn't be a big issue for us anymore. So high pressure starts moving in as we progress into your Monday, into your Tuesday. Things are looking much better. The clouds, by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, they'll start to clear up. We're looking at generally sunny skies, good looking Monday. Tuesday, frontal boundary on the move out to our west. That's going to be the next game changer for us. It's going to be one of those fronts that comes in here and takes us from maybe near 80 degrees at times this week all the way back down into the mid to upper 60s perhaps. Some indication had it even cooler than that. So quite the cold front on the way here. 7-day forecast time. You can see here that we are tracking some decent weather coming at us all the way through your Thursday. You get into Friday. And maybe late that night and into the weekend, we start tracking that frontal boundary. And that, Sean, that's when things will change again. So enjoy every day leading up to it because they're fantastic.
Yeah, that Monday through Friday, I feel like was one of the best 5 days that I've seen in a while.
You better believe, especially after the gloomy, dreary weather we just had.
We'll make the most of it. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
The annual Walk to Remember was held today at the Arboretum in Lexington. UK hospital staff reunited with families who've lost babies to illnesses. Families also planted a tree in their honor, along with a bronze plaque of the child. There was also a balloon release and a poetry reading there. And today, registration begins for the second annual Officer Daniel Ellis Memorial 5K. Officer Daniel Ellis died in the line of duty in November of last year, and the community helped put together a 5K to raise money for a memorial foundation his wife Katie created. Last year, more than 1,500 people participated in the run walk. The judge handling the case of the former University of Kentucky board chairman charged with rape has recused himself. According to the Owensboro Messenger-Inquirer, Davis Circuit Judge Joe Caslin will not preside over the case of Billy Joe Miles. Miles, who's 76 years old, was indicted last month on charges of first-degree rape, first-degree sodomy, and bribery of a witness. Caslin told that paper he recused himself because he had dinner with Billy Joe Miles once and has said publicly he admires the work of Miles's daughter, State Representative Suzanne Miles. The Republican Party of Kentucky has asked the state house candidate to drop out of the race over several controversial images he posted on social media. House candidate Dan Johnson has recently come under fire for several photos posted on Facebook depicting President Barack Obama and the First Lady as monkeys. A letter from the state Republican Party says while Johnson has a First Amendment right to free speech, elected leaders must hold themselves and those who they serve to a higher standard. Johnson said Friday the posts were satire and that he would not drop out of the race. Brian Milam joining us now. The Kentucky football Wildcats lost to Alabama, but UK did some things pretty well.
Yeah, hats off to the defense who gave up just 28 points to the #1 team in the nation, and hats off to the #1 team in the world. The Americans bring home the Ryder Cup. Highlights are next. The 41st Ryder Cup, and this event brings out the emotion golfers usually hold in. That was never more evident than today, with the United States entering the singles matches up 9.5 to 6.5 points. On the 8th, this is where it was fun all day. Rory McIlroy and Patrick Reed are even. McIlroy delivers what looks like an 8th hole knockout. Then watch and listen. Crazy is right. Now to have the hole, Reed has to birdie as well. Reed not only sinks it, oh, it's on, the finger wag. Former UK star, get everybody up. Former UK star J.B. Holmes off to a strong start, then faltered a little, needed this birdie at 9 to win the hole. Wait for it. He's going to bury it. Thomas Pieters and Holmes were all square through 9. Pieters would win between the two. Looking to close out McIlroy. Reed sinks this putt. More emotion. The U.S. leads 10.5 to 7.5, and for the first time since 2008, the United States takes home the Ryder Cup, winning 17-11. Biggest winning margin since 1981. Last night, the Alabama Crimson Tide made it 61 straight wins over non-ranked teams by slowly suffocating Kentucky 34-6. However, the Wildcats were in this game in the first half. The Cats started well, getting a 3-0 lead, then gave themselves a chance early. Defensively, the Cats played well against a Tide team many thought would smash the Cats early and often.
Yeah, I thought we came out and made some good stops early. We talked about that, about handling the emotion of the electricity of this stadium, and you knew they were going to come out swinging, and I felt like we did make some stops and had a chance to really do some good things in the first quarter and really in the first half.
Now the turning point of the game came midway through the second quarter. Kentucky trailing 10-3. With the ball in midfield, Steven Johnson stripped of the football. Ronnie Harrison returns it 55 yards for the score. Mark Stoops says that pretty much was the backbreaker.
It really did. And I mean, we couldn't have stressed it any more than we did because they score so many non-offensive touchdowns. It's amazing because you're in there and you're grinding and you're getting some stops and hanging in there defensively, and you can't let them get a non-offensive touchdown. And we talked about it all week, and we'll get better. Steven needs some more experience, needs some reps, and he's a great kid, and I'm sure he'll learn and grow from this.
Saturday night in Clemson's Death Valley, you got to see a classic game with incredible swings of emotion and momentum. But in the end, Clemson outlasted Louisville in an ACC Classic. Clemson was clubbing the Cardinals in the first half, leading 28-10 at the break. Louisville, they would respond by taking a 36-28 lead midway through the fourth quarter. The Tigers rallied and scored 2 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes, retaking the lead, 42-36. U of L with a chance to tie late, but James Quick would not only get the catch, he would step out of bounds a yard shy inside the 5-yard line. Clemson holds on 42-36.
He's a great competitor. You know, he did everything he possibly could to win that game. Made some great plays for us. It's a shame that we came up a yard short, because I thought he really did a great job of leading and competing, and I thought it elevated the players around him.
Alabama remains number 1 with 53 first-place votes. Ohio State holds on to number 2. Clemson moved up 2 spots to number 3 after that dramatic win against Louisville. The Cardinals dropped to 7. Michigan remains 4. Washington moves up 5 spots to 5 after smashing Stanford. Texas A&M, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Florida also representing the SEC in the top 25. Kentucky's Big Blue Madness will be held October 14th, but last night Kansas had its event they call Late Night at the Fog. For a second year in a row, Bill Self had to write a $10,000 check. Here's why. Brennan Bouchard, the Jayhawks director of basketball operations, made a half-court shot during Saturday night's event to earn Kansas sophomore Jordan Steers $10,000 from the Jayhawks coach. The same thing happened last year as Bouchard hit a half-court shot. Steers said she plans to use the money to help her grandmother pay off bills. Congratulations to her on that great shot from him. That sports. Will be right back.
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $35 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $80 million. Jimmy, I understand we can kind of put the umbrellas away for a couple of days, put the jackets up.
Everything's in good shape for several days here. Daytime highs back in low mid-70s, close to 80 degrees, and I'll be honest with you, especially in southern Kentucky, they likely hit 80 degrees a few times. But it will change, though, toward the end of the week and into the weekend. Another frontal boundary dives in, and it will shake things up again, guys.
Just in time for Keeneland.
Just in time for Keeneland. You're right, more showers and storms.
Well, you sure we can't just extend that and just keep it through the whole meet?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest.
Yeah?
This
Don't
has
lie
slowed
to
down.
us.
I hate everything about you. It's slowed down a little bit, so it's actually kind of great. Forget it. I'm done.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Our next newscast is at 11, and remember the news is always on at WKYT.com. We'll see you in a bit.